I apologize. I was busy taking a shit and then I forgot to get myself water. So give me one moment. I'll be right in. Hey there. My apologies for postponing this reading a day. Um, it was one part I had a lot of shit to get done, and another part very clear avoidance, given how long it took me to start streaming today. Um, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna start reading until I see a few more people get in here. Because I do want to share this with folks and I don't want to like rush through it. So part of me is wondering if I shouldn't start with with a game and then jump into it once folks have kind of gathered around. It'll also kind of give me time to relax a little bit. You know what? You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll give myself an hour. Sorry. Gotta check one thing. Okay. Oof. Sorry. Makes sense. Okay. All right. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Hades, because my brain's having a mild freak out about reading the stuff. Like I'm proud of what I've written, and yet my brain just does not want to read it right now. Like it's having the roughest time trying to figure out that it want. Oh, I just realized. Sorry, I gave you Meowthalamu early, but I can't give you Meowthalamu early. You have to redeem it. Let me double check that I've gotten things set up proper. Yes. Okay, good. I fixed a lot of stuff. Stream, unfortunately, really hasn't been on the front runner for me. And I want it to be on the front runner for me because I do love it. But it really isn't. It really isn't. Oh no, I want to play Hades 2, but there's a patch. Oh, that's gonna make stream shit itself. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. This is about to fucking suck. But this is an opening of a story that I had someone read. Francois, actually. Let me give him a shout out while I'm talking about him. But it is the opening to a story that I actually asked a friend of mine to read and review on his stream. Braun, specifically, like when your friend who has a degree in all of the writing and the talking is like, yeah, I kind of don't have any notes because I love the way this is written. Like, I know that there's grammar and punctuation issues in this fucking thing, and I absolutely need help with that. But like when a person basically says no fucking notes, a person whose intellect on the subject I fucking respect basically says no notes, it's incredibly frustrating, and it makes me realize that I need to fucking just go ahead and read it to you know, my chat and shit, and that makes me nervous in a lot of ways. But yeah. So I'm gonna update Hades. I'm gonna get my mind to calm the fuck down, and then I'm going to read to you all. I'm gonna suck it up and fucking read to you all. Sorry to be doing this on a day that I'm not regularly streaming, but yesterday was particularly very difficult. I had a lot of things added to my plate, many of which I need to finish up doing today. I barely had time to write last night, and in fact, I kind of stayed up until 5 a.m. Because I was like, I want to write on this story so fucking badly. But it was definitely a question of like, is that a smart idea? Obviously it's not, but like, is it good for me? That's such a troubling thing to have to fucking deal with. The question of, is it smart? No, but is it good for me? And if it's good for me, does it make it smart? Like, that's... You can tell that the coffee isn't entirely working because I'm asking weird philosophical questions, but I just... As a big thing for me, unfortunately, is like, as much as I would love for the smart thing to also be the thing that is good for me, sometimes the dumb thing is better for you. You know what I mean? Hi, the Ducky Machine. How are you? This is a great name, by the way. I am currently deciding whether or not I want to wait for more people in chat to file in to start reading what I have on a story written so far, which I think is about 2 pages. It's not a whole lot. Whether I want to wait for people to file in and play a game while I do it, or whether I want to just read it. I personally want to die. What a incredible thing to first say in someone's chat. You are either joking or trauma dumping. That's a list of weird and not really cool things to say first on people's streams. Like, you literally just walked up, sat down, and joined the group and went, I would like death. And I just kind of went, I don't know you well enough to know whether I need to, like, hit the eject button. You gotta be careful walking into people's houses and realizing that maybe we are all strangers here. I can leave if you'd like. I don't ask people to leave. I hit eject buttons. But, like, if you're willing to tone it the fuck down and actually get used to chat and the streamer before you start dropping lines like that, I'm totally fine with your existence in my chat. You just gotta chill until people get to know you well enough to know whether you're fucking around or not. But anyways. Okay. Have fun. Can tell you right now. I don't care. Rock up to my chat and start trouble. Welcome to Twitch, everybody. I'm just gonna go ahead and cause that was a mess walking into my fucking chat. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play a game before I read. I think that just basically decided it for me. Oh, man. I love being a blunt bitch. Comes in handy sometimes. Trash takes itself out. And if it doesn't, you know where the ban button is. No, Steam, stop telling me the Midnight Walk is on fucking sale. I will end you. Alright, I've got to be ready with the mute button for Hades, because Hades likes to come crashing in. Oh boy, does it like to come crashing in. Blunt bitch on a Tuesday, more likely than you'd think. Right, right? Well, hello, Hades. Or Hades 2, as it were. Let me make sure the game capture is on, and we will probably promptly switch over. Ooh! Oh boy, oof. Oh, the CPU. Oh, the CPU. Hello, Hades. Hi, Brian. We were just talking about your ass. Pardon me. It's talking about the Sea Witch's story. I gotta change the subject of the stream. All right. Nice. Yeah, we were talking about the story that I wrote, which I've gotten quite far on. But the thing is, not all of the places that I've gotten quite far on are linked. Actually, Sea Witch, not Sandwich. See, the Sandwich is adjacent to the Sea Witch. It's like right next to it. But it's not the same thing. You can't confuse them as the same thing. People will get mad. That's like saying an emo is a goth. It's not the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna put my feet up. We're gonna do a nice little run. I might be hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm not dad. But your girlfriend definitely calls me daddy. Oh my god. I'm actually curious. I was about to be like, oh, how long are you going to be here, Braun? And then I remembered I'm still gonna... Like, last Friday of the month, I'm still gonna pass you the story. Your mom calls me too. Buddy, you want to deal with that mess? You go ahead. You want to deal with that mess of a human being? You go right the fuck ahead. Oh, the amount I pity you is 0. All right, let's put these guns down, bitch. At least I have them.
Let's say the
Out here with your no girlfriend having ass. Anyways. I'll put the gun down. I'll put the gun down. I'm sorry. I got too enthused. A bitch on a Tuesday is a sight to behold. Twitch bitch Tuesdays. Bitchy Twitch Tuesdays is amazing. Oh, I just realized that's Hecate in the card of the Enchantress. That's Circe standing over Hecate after just washing up on shore. Let's not call it that. What? Bitchy Twitch Tuesday? I'm streaming. I'm a bitch, and it's Tuesday. What you want from me? Fair enough. Need anything before I cook at lunch? No, because I'm still gonna pass you the story on the last Friday of the month, so you'll see all the updates and probably more. But I was almost like, wait, before you go, maybe I should read the story before you leave. But no, I should just wait until there's enough updates for you to fucking read. There's still going to be a bunch of black redacted lines, but it'll be a lot. Okay, so I have to go to the surface this time. I think it's driftwood. I think driftwood is my curse right now. Okay, S scales. Poppy. 3. I need 3 driftwood. Jesus, goddamn Christ. I need poppies. That's in the underworld. But I can't go there yet. Ugh. Okay, where's Gale? There's my boo. There's my buddy. Can I give you a treat? Yes. Let's
You're getting stronger.
raise the chance of flora, because that will raise the chance of
Familiar
driftwood. But you have a good day, Bron. Sorry. Being neglectful towards my audience. Oh my god, I got the Eos. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing in the cauldron that we don't want to assign to a forget-me-not. Cool, can't do that. Hi, Moros. All right. Oh, I forgot. Did I change it to Hades? Did I change the subject to Hades? Did I remember to do the smart thing? That leave emote cracks me up every fucking time. Every time someone drops a leave emote, I'm always like, what are you doing? You need to get back here.
There's fear in the air.
There was fear in the air. Alright, let's just put a ward on everything.
Fear is for the living and the dead.
Just give me some nightmare. Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna be reading later.
To the cold.
And we're gonna do a pass right now.
Time to shine.
That's Daedalus Hammer. The fact that we're getting a Daedalus Hammer first. That's delicious. Attacks are 35% faster, which is amazing. Attack does plus 250 damage to armor. That sounds really good. Whenever your attacks strike foes, your special isn't. These are all really good. No, why would you give me 3 good choices? At least make one of them suck. Extra hits is always good.
The black coat shines.
It's a little more sporadic than I would like it to be, but hey, you know, it's extra hits. Let's go. That's how my punches sound. That's my punches. Are there any extra ghosty goose? There's no extra ghosty goose right now. That's weird.
Okay.
Hello.
They said you weren't cut out for being above ground. Some underworld curse holding you back. I'd not believe the hearsay for a moment, and sure enough, perhaps they merely fear your potential.
They always fear my potential. It's Blue! Hi, Blue. How are you doing?
My strength reborn.
You doing all right? Felt. Yeah. I started stream way too late. My apologies. Like a whole
Good
day.
job.
Fucking 24 hours. 26, honestly. Finished doing all the low rank village quests in Mugu. Working my way through the hub quests now. I see. Is that how they're spelling Mr. Magoo now? Magoo. Okay. Health, absolutely. I feel like the build wants me to lean towards Hera today. Okay, let's do health, Hestia, Hera, Selene, and Hermes. As much as I love me some Hephaestus, I love me some Hestia. So let's go health Hestia first.
Coinage.
Wait, is it Monster Hunter? I've been trying to figure out what that shortening means.
Shades, you're free.
I have been looking up. By the way, my pretty much my entire week and weekend has been looking up how to do certain things in Linux because there's a job opportunity that uses a lot of Linux. And it's one of those things where it's like, if I want the job, I have to know a couple of the basic bullshit.
Good.
Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Gotcha. It's also called Double Cross in Japan. I see. Money. So I've been looking up Linux shit, which has not been fun because code has always made me cross my fucking eyes. People who are like, coding is easy, always piss me off because I'm like, you're not dyslexic. More than half the time when somebody's like, coding is easy, they don't have a issue with like reading it. I'm like, it's not easy.
Shamblers ahead.
Your eyes just work. Or at least when they're trying to convince me that coding is easy, it's like, it's not easy for me. Please stop telling me what I can and cannot do. You have no goddamn clue.
one remains.
No, don't. Fuck that thing.
Since Typhon's back, I thought I'd say nice knowing you, dearie. Not that we're going down without a fight, but just in case. We barely beat him when we first settled up with Kronos way back when. But now he's grown a lot.
That's okay. I'll punch him in the pussy. Also, I do plan to read later in this stream. I was gonna read as an opening, and then I realized, like, I started super late on a day that I'm not usually streaming. I should probably wait for people to get in here. Oh. Please?
Let's see what else.
But it really wants me to do this. Fine. Fine. I'll do glowing coal.
Done here.
I hate glowing coal.
Oops, I dropped something.
They really did the cartoony little landing. They really did the little cartoony little whistle sound. That's adorable. I love that. Look at that. Look at how many doors are open.
Mine.
Mine. Oop. Nearly missed that jar. Whee! So yeah, we're doing one run of Hades, and then I'm doing Mia reads. Finally, we get a Hermes shrine. Finally. Okay. It's a lot to drop, but guess what? It's nice to have.
Shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, we always want a mystery boon. We like that shit. Look at that. We're just gonna buy it all up. Whatever. It's all good. These are all very good things for me. Okay? Fuck you, Zeus. Okay,
What
which
else
one
is
was
here?
next? We were doing Selene. Yeah, let's Hera Selene. Oh. Did I not account for an extra? I guess Hera Selene Hermes?
The barrier's weakening.
Hermes. I might do oh god, what?
You blasted gods and goddesses are all alike.
Yeah, whatever.
To the slaughter.
Uh-huh.
Come on!
Yeah, don't you dare take my monies. Alright, which one of you is cash monies?
You are next!
Don't you dare! Ah, there you are. Good. You're cash monies. Alright, who else is cash monies? You! Cash money! I've got my hopes and dreams. I've got my desires and wants. Okay, I don't see any more cash monies around.
Shades of the dead.
And boop! There we go. What? Sir, it is over.
How many was that?
I don't know, but I made 140, so eat my ass.
You make it to the mountaintop as yet? In case you haven't, nothing good awaits you there. Or so I hear.
What do you mean, Typhon? I'm surprised the Olympians don't have you helping out with him, instead of bashing a bunch of weaklings far from where the real danger is.
The Olympians want to bide some half-god stealing their glory. I get the drudgery, not the important work. Thank the fates that you get some of each.
I'm just out here peeling through all of it.
Try not to die.
Also, isn't Melenoe kind of like a quarter god? Or like a three-quarter god? along with Zag?
Olympus, I accept this message.
Is it just like majority? Murder rush. We do love a murder rush. Maybe I'll go for magic as my extra. Because there is a benefit to rocking up to Olympus.
Ghastly thing.
Oh! There is a benefit to rocking up to Olympus with,
Appreciate the help.
with a lot of extra magic, given that Athena has something of an extra death defiance. If you have a ton of magic on you, I think it's like 150. I mean, technically they are 3/4 god in this version of the Pantheon, since Persephone's dad in the games is allegedly immortal. Yeah. In the games, he's definitely immortal. Like, Persephone is like half god in this game.
I call upon the moon and draw you down.
That foolish Titan. He has awakened Typhon, the most terrible monstrosity that ever lived. I still bear my scars from when we first clashed very long ago. Together, we did vanquish him before. We shall have to manage it again. Behold the stars.
I'm beholden. You take negative to... That is nice. But which side should we do it on? Plus 30% damage to Guardians, which is amazing. Plus 50% damage each time it keeps hitting the same foot. That would be very good for Typhon eventually. Whenever you use Omega moves, one random nearby foe gets struck by the effect of the cracks. Okay, so we're going on this side first.
With Selene's grace.
The stars align.
The stars align. Woo. Yeah, let's do extra magic this time. Let's see how we do with extra magic, yeah? Oh, that's right. I've got to do my murder rush. Because it really works out. Murder Rush is so good. I know it's Nexus Rush,
I am your guide.
but Murder Jog just makes me so happy.
It'll be all right.
It's okay, it's alright, it's okay. Ooh, I almost lost that one. Goddamn. I've got all these extra avenues this time? Damn. Diggity dog damn. Diggity dog damn jamboree. Ooh, extra coin. Oh my god, we're already back up to 600. This is ridiculous. Our cash gain is absurd. Please give me another Hermes Shrine. This is absurd. Ah, I thought I dodged.
You shouldn't have crossed me.
Morcellini. Well, we already decided we're going this route. Plus 10 power. We love
Light of
it.
the moon.
Ooh, I'm so sorry about the lag. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, why are we dropping to 20 frames per second? What's going on? What's going on? Damn, bounce back. Thank you. Jesus.
Minding their own business.
Jesus, bitchin' motherfucking Christ. Douchebag shit sticks ass McGee. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we run past everyone. We break the shades out. Alright, how's everyone doing? Are we all cursed? We're all cursed? Okay, good. There we go. We don't all get the same damage, but guess what? We get quite a bit.
Lord Hermes, go unseen.
Some of the gods think Eris showed up near our mountain causing trouble again, all because of you. They don't know I practically begged you to come up to our rescue over here. Think Heck gave you the order. We're really in it now.
Quick buck. Oh my god, the money gains are about to be stupid.
Time to send a message.
Yeah, the message is I am fucking rich. God, I wish. That would be very nice right now.
Time to go.
Time to go. Look at that, full health. We're out.
Finally.
Oh, I see. They updated so that you can tell which exit leads to the boss. Actually, it's kind of nice. I mean, there was like a little bit of a tactic in not knowing before, but sometimes it was very aggravating not knowing.
At least this was a shorter delivery for your trusted boatman, compared with having to drag Marines all the way into the underworld. Although, he probably prefers it there.
It's fine, he's just chilling. Our hedge-afflicted foes are slain. That is pretty nice right now. Bop, bop, because we can fucking afford it. Jesus goddamn Christ.
I made it all the way up to the Mountain of the Gods, my lord. Though I missed you
My
up there.
lord.
I never thought I'd see a place you couldn't reach by boat.
He's gotta float into the sky. I wish Ray was here.
You have a very good distributor.
A dinner guest.
It was
You
a
said nobody took your eye before, as well as your sheep. How did you lose them then?
Nobody played a dirty trick on me as Al. Plus the sailors thought they could get away with my sheep, so I ate a couple of them. The sailors, that is. But nobody got me when I wasn't looking. Then he got away.
And you've sought vengeance on this nobody ever since.
I love the slow realization from Melenoi to realize that nobody is actually the name of a person. And that it's represented by capitalizing the word nobody.
Oh, not me personally.
Oh, god damn it.
Someday somebody's gonna get nobody for what he did. So I am gonna get you right here and now.
I just realized part of the reason why I keep getting fucked over on my CPU overloading. It's because, once again, my Stream Deck is trying to update, but won't update when I click through. Woo! Almost didn't fucking do that.
You're gonna pay.
I'm just gonna... while he's doing that... Ah, shit.
Dinner.
Shamble sheep.
Oh, god damn it. Ow. Oh, that's right. It's the sicky sheep.
Getting a little tired of you, meat.
Ow. Oh my god, I ran into it 3 times. What is wrong with me? Oh my god, I did it again. I just straight up was like, what if I just died? What if, and just hear me out. Death to me. No!
I think not.
No, I fucked that up so royally. God dang, he's headless. Thank you for summoning me. I'll follow
I'm
you.
tired out.
Give me them gems. Give me them gems. There we go.
Gemstones from the earth.
How's it go? I hate you. Oh, it's just take it off. Okay.
If once this was a
How's it going,
pasture
worker?
in which livestock grazed and roamed, now little evidence of this remains. Only the mud and half-burnt vestiges of a more peaceful time.
Shut up, worker.
Polyphemus should be tending to this place.
I just assumed if the outfit was changing, you were immediately doing the maid
How does
outfit.
he live like this?
How does he live like this? Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, we're dropping money on that for sure.
You're so cringe!
You shut your fuck. Also, if you stick around for the end of this Hades run, gotta throw in a curveball every once in a while. Apparently. I realized I forgot to do that when it came. It's your fucking intro. I'm sick as heck. I'm home from work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're sick. I'm glad to see that you're in. We're just gonna buy
Should
everything
get
because we
here soon
can.
enough.
Fuck it. I'm doing
Which
all
one
right.
would help?
Let's do Selene. Selene is very helpful on these runs. We're gonna do some reading after this Hades 2 run because I've got a story that I've been doing pretty okay on apparently so far.
Let's go, Golly.
And has gotten some compliments. So I'm a little nervous
Now onward to the rift.
about reading it on stream, but you know, these my peoples. Looks like we got ourselves a reader. My god. Explode! Wait, does the ship's captain not— oh, okay. I was like, does the ship's captain not die immediately? Oh, Aphroditles, you are very good, and I haven't seen you in a very long time. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention for a second. I was reading. How dare you? What the dicks? Why did I run into every attack there for a second?
I think not.
What are we ever going to do about our poor summit?
What?
That ugly Typhon made it all the way out here, and he's been ruining everything. Well, we are not going to let him walk all over us.
Well, Blue, there's going to be some raiding later. I may also— so the opening is not spicy, but the later part of the story is spicy. So there's one section of the story that I'll be reading that is spicy. There's one section of the story that is spicy, but is romance novel style. So it's all metaphors. So it's safe for Twitch. Like, I don't think Twitch will catch me on it. YouTube might. But then there's a spicy scene later that definitely cannot be read because I specifically wrote them in 2 different ways. I'm also working on this story with a friend of mine who has finally okayed it, because a lot of the work that I've done is not entirely on my own. There are subsections, there are sections of the work that are done by a friend, because I am an eternally nervous person and need help with like stuff before I feel okay to present stuff. But a lot of my writing work happens often with the help of a friend of mine, and I would actually say that this work is actually very 50-50. Funny thing is, though, I wrote both of the sex scenes. Because my friend's like, I'm not confident enough to write the sex scenes. And then I wrote one of the sex scenes, which is all metaphor, and I've started into the second one. And they've been like, oh, I'm glad I'm not writing the sex scenes. It's like, that's your job. Every time we have a sex scene, that's your job. You write them spicy. And I was like, well, yeah, it's a sex scene. You're supposed to write them extra spicy. We love metaphor spicy. Classic, right? Yes, Rapture Ring. Oh, Dix. Oh, Dix, but that's so good. We're going to have to do spiritual affirmation, because that's really good. That might actually get us through a Typhon. That might get us through a Typhon fight, just having excess, especially early on. Dix, 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 Dix. Okay. I get the feeling if I tried writing a sex scene, it'd end up being almost violently dull. Sex scenes are harder to write than people think. So you're not, like, entirely wrong. God damn it. Why am I like this? Ah! Because unfortunately it is very much...
Needs to be set.
Unfortunately it is very much a situation of, like, you have to know how to write it so that it doesn't just sound like technical.
Just what you wanted, right? Heard you took to Mum and Dad face to face.
Face to
Not even I
face.
get to do that much.
Damn.
Must have been right nervous meeting them. Or mayhap not, considering what you did to get there.
Oh! Oh! Oh no! I'm not supposed to get this line yet. We didn't get to Olympus. This is a misplaced line. This line has been miscoded. Because I'm pretty sure that this line is probably supposed to come up after I've made it to Olympus. Like, beaten Typhon and made it to Olympus. So it looks like this line got put in the wrong place. Oh my god, and then he placed his sausage roll on her shoulder and said, "This is my stop," as he got off the bus. Worker, no. That's a different kind of, like, that's like sexual comedy. Converting all of the sensations of sex into just words and keeping it interesting while doing so. I think I did a pretty good job on the first one. I needed to change some wording around because I was repeating myself too much. But for a first draft with one correction, it was not bad. If I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. Ooh, that's good because those go off automatically. All right. We have an ad break coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and put us on 3 minutes because I got to pee. So we're going to be back at this in a second. See you in 3. Oh, I do declare, Mr. Beauregard. I have returned, freshly piss-drained. Congratulations on your watch streak, Rolling Rebel.
You're so cringe!
You shut your fuck. Amazing the timing on that, though. I will admit. Good timing. There we go. Back into game. I gotta put my feet up. I'm gonna try to make this run as quick as possible so that we can get to the reading stuff, and I'm also not streaming too late because I got a lot of shit to do today. That has to do with a much more promising job opportunity that I am crossing my fingers for. Apparently the workspace is not great, but it pays a fuck ton, and I won't be in the office that much, so I won't have to deal with shit that much. Okay, ashes. We gotta do ashes.
Bearing set.
Because we've gotten a lot of bones lately. Oh, did the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing again. Can we please not get stuck? It was dumb and I hate it. No, god damn it. I was hoping that I could get in there. Oh my god, what the fuck? I feel like something keeps breaking.
Ash of the dead.
Hey, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. I'm enjoying it. I'm beholding. Extended family is very good. You double your watch streak and give it to the next person. How? Oh. God damn it, Angel. That was a setup. That was one hell of a fucking setup. Honestly, well played. Honestly, well played. Ah, god damn it. I did not realize I was right in front of a pole. Oh my god. Woo! Wee woo. I've got so much long distance stuff. Why am I not using it? Oh my god, I am right on the edge there. Of glory, and I'm hanging by mommy weir.
Hear me on my
Honey, I'll be here for another 30 minutes. Damn it. That means you won't be here for... You'll be here for the storytelling. I mean, you can't catch the VOD later, so I mean, bleh to that one. Sure.
Strength.
Hey, look at that. What do we get? What do we get? We get magic? We should do the magic thing. Please don't be a don't get hit. Yay! Spinner sucker. Spinner sucker, absolute fucker. No! No, get out of the way! I swear I do it just in time, and then it always, like, it's too late. God damn it. Alright, now it's time to just go. Yes! I teach folks how to not fuck up. That's cool. Can you teach me? Because I seem to have fucked up for more than a year. To the point where now I have to learn a little bit of basic Linux just to try to get a job. It's promising though. It's promising. Like it's having a hard, like apparently they're having a hard time getting people. So they're kind of like, they're lowering their standards. So I'm like, now's the time to get into this specific job. And I'm not gonna lie, they're not paying peanuts, so... And there's benefits, so I'm just kind of like... Sounds like a good opportunity, I need to not fuck this up, you know what I mean?
Transfer now.
Transfer now.
That more. There's no mistaking it.
Alright. I gotta run past all these tentacles. Tentacles. Oh my god, stop it! Stop getting caught on shit. So frustrating. I just ran right into that. That was fun. It's one of my favorite things. Oh my god. Those did not become physically in the space for a hot second there. There we go. Oh my god, it's already halfway done? That's nutty. That's just nutty. Ow. I was like, wow, I'm avoiding all of them. What a good job I'm doing. And then immediately... Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop it! Stop twirling! Stop doing the thing! Stop me on! Stop me on! Oh my god! Stop me on! Stop it! Stop it! Stop getting stuck! Stop getting... Stop it! It's stupid! You can't do this to me! You can't! You can't! You can't! You're being dumb! You're being dumb and I hate it! Why would you do that? Do not ask me why this voice came out. It just did. Hey, Tobbles!
You'll soon be back for more.
Oh, let me
won't
give you a shout out. I don't think any of my mods are in right now. That would require my wages plus. Unfortunately, I already have a full class teaching coach. I'm not asking you to teach me Linux, my friend. I'm talking about another job opportunity that I've got going. If that's what you were talking about. Also, I'm not getting like taught full Linux. It's just like dealing with the little stuff so that I can put in notes for codes. I'm not coding. That is someone else's job entirely. I teach don't fuck up this job. Gotcha. I thought you were responding to something I was saying earlier. Tobbles, have your Shadam outages. I got something confused in it. Bang. Okay, there we go.
In the name of Hades.
Let us accept this queen. We're so close to that. We're so close to that. We can make it. We can make it. We can make it. And look at all these things that... yep. We're doing an infusion. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're making it happen. All right. We need a water and an earth. That's what we need. We need a water and an earth. Up, up, up. Woo! I don't like how much we're speeding through. Oh, no. Dix ass McGee. Oh, Dix. So no head. Oh my god. Who out here subscribing while I'm getting my ass kicked? Hi, Crow. How's it going? Here, companies are giving opportunity somewhat. I am getting an opportunity through a friend, which is kind of the only way I've ever gotten jobs, because honestly, I'm not good at interview processes or resume processes or anything like that, so I have to cross my fingers and hope people like me enough. Ugh, I am not doing good on health. It's about to suck a bit. Yeah, I'm about to get hit. I'm about to get hit all over the place.
Suffer.
No. Get in the circle. Thank you for dying. Ugh. Please be done. A store, please have health. Please have healing. Skill issue, 100%. 100%. Darden Sorb alive and well. Hey, oh, you're talking to each other. I love it when my chat actually chats with each
You're
other.
a welcome sight, my lord.
Well, this doesn't help me too much, but you know, it's not nothing.
In the name of Hades.
Ooh, give me an earth or a water. A water. Absolutely. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. We just need one earth. And Aphrodite is not. Oh shit. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Painful but fair. I thought you were talking about me having a skill issue, Crow, and I was like, you're not wrong.
Take me away.
Take me away. Queenie.
How thoughtful.
It's here. We've done it.
A boon awakened.
Our world can be such an ugly place.
Shut up. God, the way I
Had to
don't
do
care. You know I had to do it to
She's angry
her.
with me now.
Ow. What? How'd you bitches hit me? When did you bitches hit me? Isn't there a third thing? Oh. I'm like desperately trying to dodge everything. I don't care how much. Oh! Damn it. I was about to say I don't care how much time it takes. I don't want to lose another Death Defiance, but oof, God. Oh, that was painful. Yes, disappear. Yes. Oh, God, finally. Oh, I didn't use Skyfall. Why am I like this?
Didn't they? I still can feel my heart racing, and if I'm not mistaken, yours might have been too.
What? I wasn't paying attention, ma'am. Okay, that's a really good one. Glamour Gain is rude, and it's delightful. Ooh. Ooh, you know what? I've got crazy good. I've got crazy good magic right now. I can do that. Also, proper upbringing just got upgraded is perfect. We're good. I just typed it in and hoped it got read in opportune time. You're welcome. Oh, Homer, do you want to say something?
Before the land was split, mortals would gather and create competitions for the glory of the gods. But now the gods themselves appear to fight over the few remaining scraps.
Nom, 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 nom.
There's still enough for all of us, I think.
Oh, did I get enough driftwood? I hope I got enough driftwood. No, there was only one. There could only be one. Well, you know what? At least there's a second one. Oh, no, and I don't have enough to... What a rough day it is. What a rough day it is. I'm not even fully kitted out. This is bad. I'm about to lose a last Death Defiance. This is gonna suck.
One last stop.
Like magic. Okay, what in
Hit
the hell
me.
is that you've got on, babe? You could use a change of style, sure, but this is way out there.
Well, far be it from you for understanding avant-garde.
Oh, you must be referring to the black coat. You're right, that is not necessarily my preference for attire, but it's not primarily for show. You'll understand in a moment.
Wait, I remember the black coat. So that's what it looks like? And I thought the adamant rail looked ridiculous. Nyx had such bad taste.
She is just here to piss people off, and I know it, and yet I still get angry.
Heads up! What in the...
I'll head Europe. Ah! I give nothing.
Nice try.
Oh, I forgot fine line was a thing.
All right.
Ah, god damn it. I keep forgetting that it's like... God damn it. I got fuck-a-did.
How about this?
Fuck-a-duck-a-diddly-doo. Oh, I can't move. Ding 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 ding.
There goes your cover. Race you home.
I mean, you can try. Nice. Okay.
Why does this always happen to me? Buzz off.
Oof. I didn't lose my last Death Defiance, and I'm so fucking happy about that. Oh my god. We didn't get a Cersei, which is a little upsetting. Or a Medea. Ah! Thank fuck. That absolutely helps me out. Okay, what are we doing? That doesn't help when I'm about to get another Death Defiance. This, however, absolutely helps. And then we can move ourselves over. Ooh. If we get more Death Defiances, or if we get a repeat Death Defiance, we'll go for the Evil Eye. If we run out of Death Defiances and we have no Athena, we'll go for a Moros. Because those few seconds oftentimes wins us battles. Alright, I gotta remember to let them fight each other. Remember when those explosions used to hurt? And it sucked forever? Alright. Give me my coffee. I still got 2 sips left on that. Very nice. Get dead. Thank you. Hello.
Test my patience.
Oh, not the eagle. Where are you dropping? Beautiful. Bye.
More. Blasted bird.
Blasted bird. It is a mimic day, apparently. Yes, yes,
Observe nearby.
yes, yes. Okay.
Reagent over there.
I always get worried that I'm gonna try to collect something and I'm just gonna go to the next spot, because that's happened a couple of times. Why would I do a palm? Oops. Sorry. There we go.
Take me away.
Take me. Sorry.
Hello.
Oh no. Nope.
Golly.
God damn it. Went to the wrong side. That's nice. That's really nice.
Feels even sturdier.
Good, we love a range. I think we want to buy out the store at the end, so we're gonna go cash monies. Because we've got pretty good magic right now. So even if Athena drops in and has that max magic prime for 150, we're still doing pretty good on magic. So I think we're going through here. Ah, is that bitch dead? Interesting. Cool, get stun locked. Thank you. There it is. Hello. Nope, nope, stab it. I hate it. Ah, shit. I was like, I can hide back here. This will be fine. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love when the chain drops, the chain of damage drops, and they're all just dead. Oof. What is with the fucking lag? Yeah, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go Festy. What's up, Festy? Hey,
Remember
Festy.
me, Talos? Or just attack me right away?
I love how I attacked faster. Nope. I stopped running in a straight line. Cause that is fucking me over something fierce. Oh my god. Do not touch me, how dare you. Oh! Why was that so loud? Why is that so loud? This update came with a couple of mistakes. Why am I stuck on the wall over here? That makes no sense spatially. Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it! Fuck! Nope, no, 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 no. I always get hit during this one. Oh, fuck, yes! Whew! Didn't lose another Death Defiance. We're good. Oh, damn. My heart rate got up there.
You picked the wrong target. Olympus, I accept this message.
That's really good. That's really good. We love it, Dad.
Sure.
Oh, hello.
Let's get you someplace safe.
I gotta really concentrate on this one because these ones later are so rough. They go so fast. They're like, oh, did you mess up once? Guess what? You fucked up for life. Okay, I didn't miss anything, right? Yeah, okay, good.
Now, I don't even want to know what's happening out there. What's really happening is here.
Look at the- wait, is this part of the update? Is all this part of the update? Because I don't remember there being like a little lounge for shades to chill at. With a little cocktail bar. Look at this.
Hey.
Look at this. I love this.
You're a most gracious host.
Yeah.
What mirth remains upon the war-torn mountain of the gods apparently is concentrated here, where Dionysus, god of wine, plays host to his most favored retinue of revelers.
At least those satyrs aren't trying to slaughter me.
It true.
Hey, look who decided to reconsider coming to our little gathering. Welcome back, Mel Baby. Now go on, you grab yourself a cup and mingle with the crowd.
As tempting as that sounds, Lord Dionysus, unfortunately I don't think I can. There are various perils beyond, and your fellow Olympians can only do so much to hold them off.
And I feel bad for them, really. Almighty gods with limitless power having to fend for themselves. Good thing I can drown my sorrows here, and guess what? So can you.
How did they make somebody who is problem avoidant endearing to me? Because I usually hate people who are avoidant to problems. I usually absolutely despise them. But why is he so endearing to me? That's really good. Bounce back is amazing. Stacked on top of how much health I have right now, that's really good. Personal loan is also good, but I think it's bounce back that we should probably do. Should likely partake in. Oh my god. Why am I so fucking low on health? Please heal me for more than 3. Oh, that's amazing. He shot the pillar and hit himself. That is absolutely incredible. Ooh. Ooh, I almost lost that. Ooh, don't do that. Please refrain. There we go. Jesus.
All clear.
Something in the earth.
And didgeridoo. Oh my god, we didn't lose a single drop of health. That's nutty. It's actually very impressive. Okay, my health goes up every time I get magic. So let me teach you something about these shrines. If you activate it and you do not like the outcome, you can just leave. So I'm gonna go for the nectar door. If this is a don't get hit battle, I'm just gonna leave through the nectar door.
Who dares disturb this monument?
Okay, it's a Slayer foe. I think I can rock that. Oh, I forgot that you do a projectile. Oh no! Oh, I hate it.
This count.
Damn. Man, those dodge chances are really giving me good chances here. Okay. And now we just slap.
Thank you, Selene. There.
Ugh. Bad news. Bad fucking news for me. God damn.
Hold.
Oh my god. No. Just die. Just die. Just die. Just die. Oh my god, I just realized. Oh, that was my last Death Defiance. No, no, no. Oh, we have got to get some healing. There better be some healing in that shrine. Okay, please. Okay, that's... I hate it. Oh, not the spinny bitches. Please explode. Damn it. Oh my god. Please be an Athena. Please be an Athena. This seems like an Athena. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I took my eyes off of it for like 1 second. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, this is gonna be so rough. Oh, this is gonna be so rough. Please, no. No. Please, this is gonna be so rough. This is gonna be so rough. No, this is gonna be so, 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 so rough. Oh my god.
Return to Shadow
We got
now.
so close. I could tell that that was an Athena round too. I could tell that Athena was about to drop in.
Oh, what happened up there?
Shit. I was really careless with those Death Defiances.
Turns out that climbing Mount Olympus can be rather treacherous, Renos.
I should have loaded up with Moros. That would have saved me a lot.
Shall we liven things up?
Oh, that's right. I can't salute her anymore. That sucks.
How'd you get all those other shades out there to do the busy work around here anyway? They practically worship the ground you walk on.
Because I sent them here. I don't know. I sent them to a party house while they were just like chilling out there at random.
Headmistress took them in. I helped train and communicate with them. Many came from being trapped between the realms. Some never got a proper burial. Others died unfulfilled or violently. They never made it to the underworld.
But we invited them to the crossroads so they'd have a place to belong, and that's a treasure on its own.
Oof, that's rough. Say, you don't think I fall into one of those categories there, do you? I'd hate to think I didn't get a proper burial.
I don't know, Dora. I actually don't know your story that well.
It's not a laughing matter, Dora.
I shall return!
Brother, you don't remember him at all, and yet you miss him. Somehow you do.
Oh, I
Will
fulfilled
this truly
something.
come to pass?
Hey!
A matter of time.
Oh, what is the heart? Yeah. Do the hearts mean like a story sort of thing? Like, do the hearts give me an idea of like, hey, you need to do this for story reasons?
Yeah?
Oh god, I have to fucking listen to you.
Look, you're right, I've never known what it was like before Kronos returned. You keep insinuating it was worse than now. How so?
I mean, what is worse for Eris, the goddess of strife?
Already told you, babe. Your father, my mother, whole inner circle, they got off bossing everyone around. Didn't give me space to spread my wings. Bunch of Olympus wannabes, but with mood lighting.
So you prefer living
She's
in a
not
state
wrong.
of total disorder and constant mayhem to living under a principled set of rules?
That's a really good way to put it.
I love her little drawn-on rock back there.
Hail, Spirit Mixer.
Just out here graffitiing a single rock.
What news?
Just right.
Oh.
Yes, that ought to work.
Yes. That's very good. Ugh, we are one away. We're one away and I'm so mad about it. Okay. We gotta mark these two because those are very good. Circles of protection. Circles of protection are great. And we've definitely got enough for that.
By moonlight and the dust of ancient bone, awaken in this cauldron the unknown. So mote it be.
Okay.
Be well, headmistress.
And you, Malinois.
Tank.
Odysseus and I... Long has one of us been certain you would find your way to Mount Olympus and
Was it him?
direct your efforts there. The other was certain you do no such thing.
Was it you who thought that I wouldn't? Was it you who thought that I would be eternally obedient?
Before you even ask, there's absolutely no way you're making me guess which one of you was which in that particular disagreement, headmistress.
It's really obvious who's who.
I always said how you achieve the task is up to you. It's not for me to guide your every step. Then was it worth it? Climbing to those heights?
Well, once I get one more piece of driftwood, yes. God, we were built up so well. And I was being so fucking careless.
Entirely. And I intend to go again.
May your intent be true.
Thank.
Just checking up on you.
Ooh, wow.
Please.
Zero Nectar is one hell of a place to fucking be. Oh my god. Let's just recycle all of them.
Some gemstones for the cause.
I haven't got another one of those in a very long time. We're gonna not touch the rest of these because apparently they need to be used for something. Oh, what do you
Why
want?
didn't I see you on the surface, Nem? Surely we have foes deserving your attention there.
Death to Kronos is the only
Okay.
task. Won't get caught up in the details like you. Each night you spend up in the mountains, the Titan secures his foothold below.
My dear, you get caught along the way in the details of other people's wrongdoings. I'm not sure how I'm the only one getting caught up in details, okay? You have to... Oh, what's his fuck is? Narcissus. Like, you stop at Narcissus's bullshit all the fucking time. How am I the only one getting caught up in the details?
You don't see how Typhon's reemergence complicates matters. He's not exactly the sort of problem one can ignore for long.
Really? Watch me.
Oh my god.
Something amiss?
Salutations.
No.
Salutations,
Something to mister.
During a recent voyage, I found Circe the Enchantress on her little isle, evidently safe from all the turmoil at sea. Don't you two know each other fairly well?
In life and death, we can but strive to know each other well, Goddess. Though I knew Circe just a bit, at least. As casual acquaintances is all. Why do you ask?
Oh.
Oh, just in case you wanted me to tell her anything when next we met, as she may be providing some assistance when I navigate the Rift of Thessaly.
No need to tell her anything. Best keep your focus on the task at hand.
I know what happens later.
Noted.
I know that this bitch asks for closure.
Ready to come out? A snake read.
Garlic there?
Much to the chagrin of Circe. There we go.
Salutations. Take care, Father.
Okay, did anything need a snake read in here? No. Okay. Do you need poppies for that? I wonder if I shouldn't delve.
think I can raise my grasp.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, 3 more grasp raises to get there. Good shot. Oh, I thought I had 2 available. Why am I like this? Oh, dicks. That's fine. I won't look at it for now. I won't worry about it for now. Oh, come on. Come on, give me this one. I love this one. What up, my dude?
Moonlight guides you.
Same to you.
Welcome to your new abode.
I love the way he says it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to Skelemus, set up a next run, shut off the game. We're gonna take a very quick break, and then I'm gonna jump into reading the story. Okay? I definitely need to pee
on
first.
the surface for considerably longer than before. How was it? Any good?
War rages above. The Olympians sent Heracles himself to contain the damage. Shades of the dead linger everywhere. So, not good, all in all.
Shades of the Dead. Sure sounds like more disciples we can use. Sprint into them, will ya?
Yes, sir.
Cannon will do. Okay, let's set up. I think we should set up for a down.
Excellent choice.
I was very confused as to why it was not the voice of Arachne. So let's go ahead and set up for a down. Give me about 3 minutes, and we'll be back into it, y'all. Let me actually check when the next ad break is coming in, because that could determine. Whether we take like a true 3-minute break or not. I don't think it's soon. Yeah, no, it's 15 minutes out. So we're going to take just a quick whittle break. I don't think reading is going to take 15 minutes. So. Ugh. All right. See you soon. Oh my god, we're back. We're back, oh my god. Oh, over to the hand cam. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna set up for some storytelling. My camera's going to fight me, apparently, as I adjust things so that I can read a screen. The story is called Sea Witches. I have gotten express permission to put messages, or I've gotten express permission to actually refer to my co-writer and what name that they would prefer to go by. So, hold on a minute. I'm going to change something. So that there is a title on screen that y'all can see. I just realized I put their name first and they're going to be really pissy about it. Hold on. Let me see. Where does that... Ooh, that is gigantic on the screen. Oh. Like, you all know who I am. I don't need to tell you that. But Spell is a very good friend of mine. Obviously, that's a code name. It's not their literal name. Although they are also non-binary, so, you know, their name... their name is also some great freaky shit. That is, like, a bunch of cis people would be like, that's not a name! And we would both sit there going, yeah, it is. The fuck you talking about? Just because I picked it and it's cooler than your name doesn't mean it's not a name. Although Spell didn't entirely pick their name, but that's a story for another time. that name was somewhat given. Ah. Ooh, I hate that. There we go. I'm gonna yammer at you for a little bit about this story. You know what? The background is black. I think the black wording is actually kind of throwing it off. Couleur. Bien. Oh, that's too bright. My eyes immediately were like, no. Let me bring that down. But I'm gonna yap for a little bit about the story itself before we move on to actually reading it. So this story, we were talking about kind of like ocean stuff. We were talking about worlds that have oceans or are based around oceans and stories. And how sea witches almost always get brought into the mix. Like, if there's an ocean in a story and there's any fantastical element to it, eventually a fucking sea witch will be brought into the story. But we were discussing, like, what happens when a sea witch is not a person with magic who lives by the ocean? What if a witch was actually literal water? And I love that idea so much. I was like, let's just start brainstorming, because that sounds incredible. Like, that sounds like a great basis for a story. Like, how would that work out? How would that, like, how would that work? Like, what morals would be running with here? Because this is not a person who's grown up with the idea of morals and if they're made of the ocean, what kind of thoughts would they have on life, like what life on land sort of stuff. And we started coming up with a story that was very akin to, okay, a 3-minute ad is going to play, but I'm going to yap while that's going on, and then we'll get into the story. That's kind of what I was waiting for, honestly. But we started a story that was very much akin to Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. And we kept going with that, which we tried to not necessarily borrow from the source material, but it does kind of run right up along the line of it, because a lot of the theories are similar, of like something that doesn't understand the land coming to land, and trying its best, trying their level best to just exist there in a way where they don't get caught and identified as something that does not belong to the land, but also fits in and is reaching for a goal. Because what would you do? Like, what is the reason? Like, you got to have a reason. And you can't have a boring reason because it's a story. So you have to give them motivation. And we were going over, we would talk and we would go over all of the reasons why something that doesn't truly belong on land would come to land. And it's just kind of like, what are the desires? And we kept going over the desires that we could think of. And we were like, these are all very human. all of these desires are very human. And not like something an omniscient being might try to strive for. So we eventually kind of landed on going not like the full Little Mermaid route, but we were like, we are leaning pretty heavily on the source material here of the being that arrives on land is human, or as human as possible. And we started working with the mythos around that and how that would function, and how a being that's literally never had internal organs would deal with that sort of thing. I really wanted to lean into like the grosser bodily stuff as well. And Spell was like, that's going to get boring really fast, and people are not going to want to hear about that quite as much. We should definitely hint at it, but I don't think we should lean into it. And I was like, God damn it, you're right. Like, because I can think of a million ways that somebody who suddenly has internal organs would almost immediately die. Gross stuff can be fun if there's a function to it. Yeah, but I was talking about, like, if you didn't understand what your bowels were or what that feeling in your stomach was, like lower stomach was, you would shit yourself. Like, you would not know. You would be a baby. Like, babies don't know how to control that. They don't know how to control, like, not peeing on the spot and not shitting on the spot. Like, it takes practice with your body to be able to do that. You would literally shit yourself. Yes. You would literally shit yourself. And I pointed that out to Spell, and Spell was like, while that is true, you also have to note the fact that if there's no point to bringing it up in the story, there's no need to, just because it would be a fact that would actively happen. And I was like, you're right. Like, stories have to have a lot of meaning behind them. And sometimes I get wrapped up in sometimes there isn't a meaning to things. Hence the function. Yeah. Like, and the thing is, it can't feel too weird, because when you're approaching gross things in a storyline, you also have to consider the fact that people may just leave because it's gross. even if it's a good scene, people may leave because it's gross. And you have to kind of consider, like, what's the point? Like, do you want people to get further on, or do you just want to, like, hit them with the gross stuff because you can? And it's like, there are definitely some stories where I'm just like, look, the story's going to get gross. If you can't handle it, don't worry about it. But this story wound up being a little more on the romantic side, and we decided to cut all of the stuff that I was writing that was a little on the gross side. And it's not like fully taken out. The gross stuff isn't like completely gone, but it's being put in more subtly in a way that can be just kind of glossed over. We shined the shit, if you will. And none of that comes up in the section that I'm going to read you. But like later on, it's still a possibility of it getting cut, but like I was just like, this is gonna happen. This would actively happen. Like, you wouldn't have control of your bodily functions. Hell, if something that didn't know how its body functioned came on shore as a fully realized adult and no one was there to help them, they have a high likelihood of starving or dehydrating to death. Because they're like, okay, new body, let's drive this thing. And they're just like, let's go for it. And they're like, I don't understand what all of these feelings are. I now have a human brain. And I am completely overwhelmed by all these new sensations that I do not understand. It's like that person would die in the first week. So I have to bend more towards a fantastical version of it because my brain loves going towards the, like, this is what would actually happen. This is the tragedy that would actually come up should this thing happen. Oh. My fool ass forgot to change it to reading and writing. My apologies. What? Huh? There is a category called Read and Learn Bible, and I didn't need to know that existed. Oh, it's writing and reading. Well, that's fine. All right, cool. There we go. But yeah, like, I have a tendency to bend a little more towards, like, faux science, like the science fiction feeling of it. And Spell is a little more in tune with, like, that's not what people want. That's not how, like, you keep a reader. There are very specific readers who love that shit, and Spell is very in tune with the way things need to be zhuzhed up. And I would say Spell is more intuitive at knowing where that needs to go. It depends on what genre you're writing. Right. And honestly, what's funny is my writing has a tendency to lean towards fantasy, but my brain has a tendency to lean more towards the sci-fi, like, technicality of it. But yeah, like I was saying, Spell is intuitive in knowing where all that poetry needs to go, but I'm more intuitive about, like, how to put the poetry in there. Which I think personally is why we work together so well. Spell discounts themselves a lot on, I hope they're listening. Because the only thing they could do is send me texts about how much they hate I'm complimenting them. But Spell, I wouldn't realize that I needed to put that poetry in there if Spell didn't fucking bring it up. Like I was saying earlier, I'm the one who wrote the sex scenes. And one is extremely poetic, and the other one, which is coming along, one of them is extremely poetic and is all metaphor. And I would even say completely safe for Twitch. I think a moderator specifically for Twitch could come across this story being spoken and still be like, you're alluding to it, but it's not. Like, I don't think somebody who came in not understanding what was going on would not be able to suss it out unless they were of a certain age group. But it's metaphor enough that it's like, yeah, you can have that. Whereas the second scene is going to be kind of crass. It's going to be a little more blunt to kind of give the feeling of the difference between these two sex scenes. Like, give them both their own, feeling, without detracting from the scene itself. It is very specifically trying to show the difference between the two lovers and the way they approach an intimate situation. Also without shitting on either of them. Given the way we were talking about that before, maybe that was not the best word choice, but I mean metaphorically, without implying that one is garbage and the other isn't. It's just that their approach to intimate situations are very different. So it is specifically meant to kind of juxtaposition. It's there to show a juxtaposition. But yes, to show that the lovers themselves are somewhat of a foil of each other. Which is funny, because I think a foil is only used usually to refer to a main character, not a side character. Anyways, I should probably stop being excessively nervous about talking about this and just read the goddamn story. Sorry, I just realized I needed, if I wanted to not be excessively smacky-lipped, I would have to swish some water in my mouth. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the geos, but let's turn up the rain. Can you hear the rain, everybody? Is the rain happening? God, it's so quiet at this part. But it is so loud to me. Yeah, the rain is audible. Okay, is it too loud? Like, is it louder than me? Are we good on that one? Okay, it's not louder than me, but it's audible. Good shit. All right. Let's get into this. How are we dropping frames? How are we dropping frames? We're not even... We don't... Okay. Whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. I'm nervous. Some stuff was added to the story the other night, and I have not entirely read through it, so do forgive me for what is about to be a little bit of a clumsy reading. All right. This is Sea Witches. Working title is Sea Witches. It might just be summed up to Sea Witch by the time the story is fully written. It may bounce back and forth between those two titles. Who knows? But Sea Witches by Spell and Headless. Have you heard of sea witches? Not witches who sail the oceans. Not witches who live on sands by beaches. Witches, born from water of the... See, I fucked it up already. Witches, born from the water of the sea. Don't worry. The ocean truly is just vast water. You haven't been swimming in the body of some ancient beast. It is only liquid, pulled by the moon and blown by the winds. But somewhere, a small patch of it is becoming a witch. It begins as all things begin, with want. The water learns desire just enough to disobey the currents and push towards something. It could be anything. Ships tossed upside down, scrawlings on pages waving in brine, colors splashed across canvases sinking quickly, or the body of something that cannot breathe down here, slowly passing away. Morals are not the newborn sea witch's forte. A sea witch is so rare that commonly they are alone in their early years with no one to teach them of the world. One that is newly awoken will break hulls just to find books or paintings or people. They will pull currents across land just to see cities. They do not understand life or death. They only know the everlasting deep. They will seek interest first and soon find a want for knowledge. It could take thousands of years. It could take 2 days. But desires will eventually shift. They will learn languages scrawled in melting books. They will learn of oils and colors. They will learn of trees, of metals pulled from mines far away. And though they will not see it long, they will learn of fire. And they will learn of the things that need air to live. With such lessons, they will learn their second emotion, and it will be their guiding light for years until they learn to lead with more than one thought at a time. Excitement, anger, disgust, joy, grief, whichever one takes the wheel second will be cause for catastrophe or bemusing but mostly unbelieved stories. A sea witch will be born deep below and slowly make their way to the surface, where they often see their first living humans. Unwaterlogged and moving bodies can often be a shock to the cup-sized piece of ocean. Without a way to interact, they will follow until they are bored. If the ship is lucky, the sea witch will go on their way once their curiosity is sated, with the passengers none the wiser. The sea does not tire easily, though. Forever is a long time to live, and for someone completely unused to the human nature, every action is fascinating. Why be on the ocean if you would stop working simply by touching water? Why find or grow or mine these huge ships just to be here? Why is fire so prevalent if it's so dangerous? What are those strange shapes they put in their mouths that aren't fish? If a sea witch has been exposed to certain types of knowledge, be it paintings or books, they may have some idea of what all that is. But one gives you an image, and one gives you words, and those two things aren't always put together. A sea witch will certainly learn over time that some humans can, in fact, swim, but whether they simply watch or drag the human down to see how long they last once they learn is based on which witch discovers the human. These discoveries often lead to towns, busy places full of wonder for something that's never seen land up close. Another possibility of catastrophe is previously mentioned. It is often here that the sea witches find their want to come to shore grows strongest. Something delightful they can't have, or someone they build to be whatever they want them to be in their sloshing mind. And with a hope strong enough, they find themselves growing a body and crawling onto shore. They could become most anything, but they tend to prefer the things that can move. They often become humans, as they are the most common thing seen by the ocean that doesn't belong to it. Though I have heard of one that became a playful cat to follow a child home, simply because they played chase with the waves. A cat with a mysteriously long life who played chase with their owner through hallways back and forth like ebbing tides. I have heard of one that became a seed of a flower, carried by the wind simply to be cared for in a garden. There are also whispers of one who became a leviathan, but sea witches who find their want in water are rare to find and rarer to hear of. Whatever form they take, they fully become it, but signs of the ocean still remain. Their voices sound like washed shores. Their hair smells of sea salt. Their laughter sounds like gulls calling or bubbles rising. But that only lasts for a time. You see, when a sea witch desires something so fiercely they become something other than seawater, it is a curse. A curse whose cure is getting what they want. The form they take is a magical mixture of what will help them obtain their goal and what will make them confident they can. But it's a prison. Until they can get their desire... Wait, sorry. I think this passage may have been written poorly. Give me a second. Ah, there's a missing comma. That's why. I was like, that don't look right. Sorry, I was betrayed. I was betrayed by my writing app. There we go. Okay, now I understand what's being fucking said here. We'll start from the beginning of the paragraph. The form they take is a magical mixture of what will help them obtain their goal and what will make them confident they can. But it's a prison. Until they can get their desire, they are locked as no more than that being. They cannot pull the tides or abstain from food. They cannot pause the need for oxygen or ignore any bodily need for long. But when they do get what they want, and it is fully theirs, all powers of the sea return to them. Water one moment, torrential downpour on another. They can make eating unnecessary if they so desire. Wounds do not appear or simply heal instantly. A satisfied witch who wants for nothing is a powerful witch indeed. Fully realized sea witches are often seen as noble creatures, for there is no story of a sea witch at full strength harming someone who was incapable of defending themselves. None, anyway, that did not wind up being a complete lie. No, they will wait until you are armed and facing them, but it is not for noble reasons. The ocean simply waits for you to truly decide on an idiot's fate before taking action. On the other hand, if they lose what they want, never again able to obtain it, they return to the ocean by any means necessary. But they travel there as water does. Either they melt and wash the whole way there, or they evaporate and glide on the wind until they are poured back in. They become indistinguishable from brine, only returning to consciousness with all their memories hundreds or thousands of years later. Forever is long to live, but it's no surprise that it takes near forever to mourn. And dear reader, or in this case, listener, I assume you don't want to hear of generalizations. You want to know a sea witch. You are hungry for specifics, for a feast of drama and mishaps, for love and rivalry, for curious lessons and lust-filled nights. Well, I've recovered several journals and cross-referenced many. There are many stories that I could tell you. I could tell you a story about the sea witch who became a cat, or a seed, or even a thing with fins and scales. I could tell you of the one that became a human to pursue cooking or scholarly endeavors, or even opera or sword fighting, or even the one that sang opera before duels, improvising insults into songs before dispatching of their opponents mercilessly. But those aren't the ones that get attention. No, not even the opera sword fighter. Everyone praised their songs, but no one wrote them down. The most popular are the ones where a sea witch takes the form of a woman just to follow a man to the ends of the earth. They're not my favorite, but they're ones that everyone wants to hear, and if I'm going to tell you what everyone wants to hear, I'm going to tell the one that I think is the best. And the best one goes the way I believe all stories should go, with knowing that to get what one desires, one should know themselves. But I'm getting ahead of the story. Our sea witch hadn't even made it to shore yet when their story started. No, it began far below what a human could handle, with a book sinking deeper down than most things from lost ships go. So that's what I have so far for the intro. That in and of itself actually lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would, but hey. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the clappies. Sheesh! They write good. It's the help. It's the fact that I have help. It's the fact that there is a 50-50 going on in this. Oftentimes when I get like a little too also sorry for banging the table. When I get a little too nervous about my writing, I'll just kind of put it down and then never look at it again. I've done that with so many stories. But spell has a collaboration is one of the hearts of creativity. It's true. It can also destroy creativity if it's the wrong person. That's why my work is Garbaggio. We don't do fishing for compliments around here, worker. You don't even really let me see your work, so I don't fucking know. I can't have an opinion, dude. I'm sure it's fucking fine. And here's the Jim Jam. It's gotta be shit first. If you were good at everything you did that you started, what the fuck would there be to learn? What would the point of that be? You cannot magically get good. That's not how this works. But yes, that is the what I have of the opening. And I definitely, before stream today, I wanted to get at least the introductory part in. And how many pages is it? It's okay, so it's 2.5 pages long so far for the introductory. I want the only fish that I do is river fish. I see. But it's about 2.5 pages long now. I will likely expand or remove some stuff from the opening, because I feel like I can expand on a little more stuff, because there's some more lore stuff that I want to include, but I might actually have to sprinkle it throughout the story so as not to be like exposition all up front, and actually be able to like intermingle the facts. The facts, I say, like quote unquote facts, in between. Like there's one where it's probably a totally personal choice. I'll be so real with you. 'Cause I don't like kids. I don't want kids. But one of the facts about the sea witches is no matter how accurate the anatomy they get is, they cannot give birth to a child. They cannot bear children. And despite what you may think, it's like, well, the sea witch is going to be made of mostly water, right? Because they're sea witches. They're made of the ocean. So you would think that alcohol would have almost no effect on them. And I don't know how I'm going to reason it, but alcohol has an almost immediate effect on them. So they're super lightweights. Until they can do some like fully realized power shit, they're excessive lightweights. So like drinking is just kind of a thing that they can't do. they have to kind of fake that they're drinking if they want to go into a social situation where there's alcohol involved. Because it is like, it's almost immediate blackout drunk. And once they become like partial or total, partial or fully realized sea witches, they can't just extract the alcohol from their system. It is just in there until it washes out. Excuse me. Gets sweated out. But yeah. We talked back and forth. Me and Spell talked back and forth about things like being like, well, they have to eat, but is the way that they process that food the same? Because if they can't have kids, then is there like a whole thing with their internal system where it like doesn't work exactly the same? Does waste work the same? Does sustenance work the same? And we kind of determined that when they're first on land, or when they first come to is something other than seawater, they are as close to that thing as they can possibly get. But they're obviously still very much seawater because, as mentioned in the story so far, if they die, they return to the sea. They do not fully die as a being. We have also discussed like, hey, do we want a magical way in which the sea fully becomes the thing that they are basically imitating? And we've discussed that and we kind of thought about it, but we've also kind of been like, I don't know if that version is for this story or whether that's going to be for a different story along the line somewhere. Or like a little fact that we can have off to the side that is like, yeah, this is the thing that can happen. But it doesn't happen in this story. Because we determined that like I wanted to get all of the exposition out in the beginning because at first we had a very short idea of what we were going to do. We had like, oh, these are the fantasy facts, and then we'll just kind of like splay off of them. And then I got into the detail weeds, and Spell was like, well, this kind of structure seems to work better for you. You seem to work better with more structure around what the character can and cannot do in this terms of fantasy, which is why I have a tendency to lean more sci-fi, because I want all of the facts spelled out for me, whereas like a lot of times when it comes to fantasy, it's just sort of like throw your fingers up and go magic. Throw your fingers up, scrunch them a couple of times and go magic. And while there is a point at which you just kind of have to do that, there's a point at which you have to go magic. It's not all the time, you know? And I like it better when there is some reasoning to it. And while Spell works better off of just kind of like a vagary, we are setting up just enough of a definition of sea witches that I can kind of work with it, and Spell can kind of like expand on it and not go too far, while contradicting sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I went off on a tangent on my own. I don't need an interviewer. I will go into giant tangents on my own. But yeah, Spell realized very quickly that like one page of exposition was not going to be enough for setting up enough of a foundation for me. And And at first we were going to do all of the exposition up front because it was going to be a page or less. Like we had a page or less of facts. And then when I started like expanding on shit, Spell started realizing like this is getting to be like an exposition that is almost an entire first chapter. This is almost an entire first chapter of facts about the Sea Witches. I just heard Z Frank in my head, facts about the Sea Witch. And suggested that we do enough exposition that we can invite people into an interesting story in the opening, which technically is its own chapter. It's like, it's a 2.5 page chapter that would be called an intro. But Spell was like, let's do enough exposition that people can be like, okay, we have enough context to know where this story is going. Now we can follow it. And then intersperse more of the facts within the story. And I think it's very clever because I was like, well, how are we going to intersperse these facts? Because everyone involved is not supposed to know what a Sea Witch is. Like, it's like, we might have some point at which a character is like, oh, you are a fucking Sea Witch. We might have that moment. We are discussing it and whether we actually want a character like that, because that character is just going to be like a ton of exposition, or is going to be a momentary villain and may not be pertinent enough to the story to actually put in. But we're like, well, how are we going to put together these facts? And I thought it was very fucking clever that Spell mentioned, like, well, we're already telling this as if the storyteller is telling you what's going on. Like, we start this story asking a question, which means that there is a storyteller. You are not just reading a book. A storyteller is approaching you with this information. So wouldn't it be interesting to kind of Princess Bride this and make it so that every once in a while we cut out of the story to kind of say, like, by the way, the Sea Witch doesn't know this, or the people involved don't know this, like the regular Joe Schmo or the love interest or anything like that doesn't know this, but this is a fact. This is what they think is going to happen, but these are the facts that we've read consistently. And kind of give a very humanizing aspect to the people approaching the situation by allowing them to not fully understand what is going on, and make false assumptions while also openly stating that, like, hey, we know what happens. We know what happens and they're wrong about how this works. And we just decided that that might be a fun way to go about it. We'll see if we scrap it in the long run. And we have like a compendium or like an explanation, like a something that is like a partner book that explains how Sea Witches actually work. Like the faux science book, and then the faux science book that goes with the saucy, what is technically a romance novel. Because one of the things that we discussed was like, well, if we want to nod to the Hans Christian Andersen thing, we should probably make this Sea Witch come on land to pursue a man. And we were like, do we want to do that? Do we want to make this a romance book? Because that would immediately make it a romance novel. And both of us are Arrow. But we're like, but both of us do have a tendency to like writing romance because we think it's kind of, it's fun. It's like a fun venture into shit that we don't give a shit about. We're not in it. We get to observe it. We get to write the fantasy of it. But we're both Arrow and we're like, do we want to write a romance novel as Arrow folks. And I immediately said, if we do that, we're going to have multiple sex scenes. I said, as the hypersexual one of us, because Spell is not Arrow. Ace is just Arrow, but like I'm the one of us that is like horny. I'm the horny bitch on main. And Spell knows how to turn the fuck down. Spell knows how to turn that shit off. I don't. Plenty Arrow Ace people, do you enjoy partaking as observer? Yes, 100%. Especially writers. I love how you wrote Arrow. It is just ARO. The way you wrote it is aerospace engineers. Referring specifically to air. Oh, it got autocorrected. That's really funny. Arrow aces, you know, the ones that can fly. Aces on the wind. But we discussed, like, do we want to make this a romance novel? Because that's what it would be. Like, you can't have that as the reason that the Sea Witch comes onto land and becomes a human without it default being a romance novel. And I basically said, yes, but it needs to be more. It cannot just be like the stereotypical, like, book talk romance novel that bores me. Because I'm not gonna just be like, ew, romance novels, they're the worst. But I am gonna say they do kind of bore me. I don't get book talk. I don't like the aspect of a lot of romance novels where it's like, it's hot if I'm not actually threatened. I don't get that. I'm just like, I read about that situation and my brain immediately goes, why would you want to be in that situation? Like, why would you want to be in that situation without, like, full all-around discussion and safety nets and safe words and shit? Like, my brain just does not comprehend being in that situation without, like, being fully, without doing the full negotiations. So I was like, if we go that route, we have to be a little different. We have to be, we have to do it a little bit differently than we keep seeing it being done. And I was also like, and it cannot be fully about the romance. And I was grateful that they agreed. Because part of me was like, is this the part where, like, the story breaks and we both disagree and we have to go our own ways on this story? And you get two stories that go in completely different directions on this. But they were like, you know what? That's kind of a concept I don't think about a lot, about the fact that, like, a lot of times when people complain about romance books, what they really are complaining about is the lack of consent in the story. And it's definitely, like, it's definitely oftentimes a mind reader fantasy of, like, we're not asking for consent because we just magically know what each other want, and that's not how it works. But I specifically was like, I want to ensure that, like, this is something that the both of us would want to read. We're not just writing it for the sake of being a romance novel. We're actually writing a romance novel that both of us would actually, like, if we had the time, we would actually go ahead and read it. It's not a crowd pleaser kind of thing. It's not meant to be a crowd pleaser. It's meant to make the authors happy, and then hopefully by proxy other people will also love the story. Because I feel like you can tell. I feel like you can smell when an author didn't enjoy writing something. I feel like you can smell when an author kind of hem-hawed or yada-yada'd something without so many words, or possibly more words to hide the fact that they're trying to yada yada a situation. Kind of like saying and so on and so forth, but not saying and so on and so forth, putting more of a poetic spin on it. Just kind of like, I don't ever want the story to come across as, so moving on. I want it to come across as, no, I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed writing this with my friend. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down on the story. We're going to get to the saucy scene. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I know it's not on the screen, but fuck it. Good enough. Oh my god. Twitch app, please. Okay, there we go. All right, this is I haven't actually changed too much about it. I've changed some wording, but really not by much. So I do... It just hasn't changed much. It really is as close to a first draft as it's gonna get by this point. And then hopefully when I do a little bit of rewriting, it'll be even better than it is now. But people seem to really like it right now. So apparently I shouldn't change much. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am a professional at beating around the bush. All right. This is the spicy part of the story. So if you're not into the sexual stuff, now's your second to leave. Now's your second to hit that eject button and fuck off. All right. The Sea Witch learned that night how the world turned into something entirely different when two bodies meet in a passionate embrace. How the air turns to honey, slow to pull in, thick in the lungs, and sweet on the tongue. How the mouth can meet the body in so many ways, and can stir the nerves in ways that hands can't. They were gentle and vicious all at once. Both of them turned to beasts in a moment, all hunger with teeth and claws, and when greed subsided, exhales fell over skin, moving hairs on the body like sails rippling in the breeze. The weight of him sank into them, floating just above the surface. He dove and began to swim deep within, gently rocking the waves. The Sea Witch's voice became a ship listing on the ocean, the sound making the captain swim harder and faster. He pressed himself up without slowing, looking down at the trails of sweat mingling between their bodies. A brief doldrum caught the witch as their hips pressed into the captain's. They clung to him, one hand on the nape of his neck and the other on his wrist placed near their head. His eyes returned from admiring their body and found the witch's gaze. His voice rumbled forth like thunder shaking loose window panes, and it knocked something free. It pulled swells up far below the witch, forcing their chests to rise as those waves curled, giving a glimpse of something that felt safe as home. They rode through it with the threat of it crashing down, but sailed smoothly into warm sunlight, reaching every inch of skin. The captain followed their body back down onto the cot and wrapped his arms around their shoulders as they pulled him in close with one arm and explored his quickly working muscles with the other. The witch could feel his waves cresting, and they scraped their teeth gently across his neck. His waves didn't curl. They crashed again and again. He sank into the blankets, careful not to put his full weight on the sea witch, but still clung through the sweat in tight, breathless holds. The sea witch rested their mouth against his shoulder, a drop of sweat slipping between their lips. The pages of a book far beyond a piercing gaze shook their soul away from the peace that they had only a moment to share. Feeling his breath still slowing, the witch's mind begged for a distraction from the image they never called to. Knowing he had not yet recovered, they leaned in and nibbled on his ear. The captain threw the witch onto their side so they faced away from him and held on tightly. His grin could be heard. "Stop. I get it. You like me." His breathing was mixed with giggles as he swiftly reminded them that turnabout is fair play. Ticklish giggles quickly turned into desperate moans, and his hand found both wrists and firmly held them in place. The witch was certainly learning how experiences could contradict themselves. Struggling but not protesting was a new one they would ask for many more times. As their hips moved back against the captain's, they felt the gentle rocking of the waves return. And another distraction would not need to be asked for. So obviously we got a little bit further there than the version that I gave you, Braun. Because I was worried a little bit about spoilers or a certain section of it not making sense. And then I realized that, like, actually, it's a little enticing because I finally realized that, like, when I shared this with other people, they were like, I want to know what that one sentence is about. I want to know what the pages of a book far beyond a piercing gaze shook their soul away from the peace they had only a moment to share. And I was like, cool, that happens earlier in the story, and we haven't gotten to that portion yet. So I am very excited to be able to reveal that to people. I am still deciding whether or not I want to put the full story or the process of the story behind a paywall. Because, you know, when you're desperate for fucking money and you're trying to fucking survive, everything feels like it belongs behind a paywall. But I am working very hard on this one, so it almost feels like certain sections I want to just share with all of you all the time. But again, there's also a passage in this story that I couldn't read on Twitch or on YouTube without possibly the video getting taken down or age restricted. And even that passage there is kind of, it's getting close to age restriction, you know? So I do have to be careful about that. Unpinning, there we go. It feels, what really sucks is that the story itself may wind up getting age restricted just because there are spicy parts of the book. And quite frankly, it's probably just going to be a short story. It's probably not going to be a full book. As much as there is a full book worth of content, I'm not sure I have the attention span, even with spell, to keep me on track. Hi, I fell asleep. Ray, no, you missed the story. You missed the story. It's really unfortunate, too, because I might have to hide this VOD, too. Unfortunately, I may have to keep this one hidden to cut out a bad interaction with someone earlier on in the fucking stream. I might just let that one fly. Because that interaction was so short, but it was so stupid. Not a big deal in my opinion. Nothing's ever a big deal to you, buddy. Well, you gotta do it all over. I mean, for you, Ray, I might consider it. How close are we to another ad break? We're 8 minutes from another ad break. I'm not going to read the sexy part of the story again. But given how many times I stumbled over my own words at the beginning of the story, like, I almost want to redo. You know what I mean? Like, half of my brain is going, run it back. This is the worst. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go, some deals are big to me. Some deals are big to me. Like magic card deals. So what I might do here, actually, why don't I just go ahead and do that? I am going to go get some more coffee, use the bathroom. I'll encourage you to do the same. We'll take an extra long break. It'll be something around like 8 minutes. It'll be somewhere between like 5 and 8 minutes. When the ads pop up, when Seribot says that the ads have popped up, is when you know we're about 3 minutes out from coming back. Because I also need to grab myself a small snack or something, like some bread, before I come back as well. But I'm totally down to read it again, because I kind of feel like I want to do it again. But yeah. It's 5 o'clock here. I can only have decaf. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I'm going to reread it. And cross my fingers that I read better this time. And I'll see you soon. Okay? About 8 minutes. 5 to 8 minutes is what I'm shooting for. Hopefully not a 10-minute mark. Anyways, we'll be back. I like how it was like, it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. And it was definitely more than 10 minutes. Give me a second, because my coffee's still... I put sugar in my coffee. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh. Did that work? Did you fall asleep? Because we're back. Let me close the door. I am now asleep. Dead asleep. The only sound that can make me sleep. Oh. Sorry that took so long. The coffee just did not want to drain. Yeah, I was doing pour over. Where's my smooth jazz? Has my smooth jazz just... Oh. Is the site that I've been using broken now? Does it not work any longer? Ah, okay, it broke in the middle of it. Okay. We can still hear the rain though, right? Because I will go ahead and reread this. Oh, time to sleep. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got your 25 streak. I gotta get back to doing a lot of research once this stream is done. We're probably not gonna raid out. I do apologize for that. I prefer to raid out, but like there are days when I know that my energy is just not right. I don't know why, but my decaf tends to take longer. It's possible it's because it's a finer grind. Okay. Okay, is the rain too loud? Is it just the right amount? Are we good? Thank you for the Hetty pats. Hetty always needs pats. Do we delight in the levels? Are the levels good? But yes, my apologies. Like I 100% thought that it would not take that long, and it absolutely took that fucking long. I keep forgetting that I could just do the pour over here in this room. Like I just bring the pour over stuff in here and just do it in here. Of course, that would be depriving my housemate of the pour over stuff. And she's the one who had to lose the $60 coffee maker. Admittedly, it's a $120 coffee maker, but we got it on 50% off. It's just that a bunch of cockroaches went, hey, this looks nice. And we had to throw it away. So that was a nightmare. Anyways, to reading this story by me and my friend, who has finally allowed me to put their name on something that they have helped with. Because they've helped me with a lot of creative stuff, but they're like, you don't put... They've constantly been like, you don't put your editor's name on the story. Because that's mostly what they've been doing is like helping me with editing when it comes to writing. And they're like, you don't put your editor's name on a story. But they are definitely 50% fucking responsible for this. Oh! Money, money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Thank you for the 5 bits. Thank you. I'm bouncing 5 coins off my titties. Or possibly into my titties. 5 pennies would fit in there. With ease. And room to spare. Now I almost want them back. Why? Because you threw them into my titties? You were like, they were not supposed to go there. I was just tossing those two into your hat. And then you put your titties in the way. And now they're sitting there. How dare you? How dare you? How dare they touch your titums? Anyways. That's how I talk. Of course, titums. You say titums all the time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I should get back to reading this thing. I should read this thing again, because I said I was going to read it again, and here we go. I'm going to read it again. Hopefully it sounds better this time, and I don't trip up over the same shit this time. Again, I am not the only one who wrote this story, although I was about to use the fact that I'm not the only one who wrote this story as an excuse. I was gonna use it as like a way to be like, so if I like flub a line, it was probably written by someone else. But here's the thing, I've written several stories and I flub lines all the time that I have written myself. So I don't think I get that excuse.
So head.
Now that I think about it, pumpkin. You've done it. You've put a pumpkin on my head. We do love a secret head. Thank you for the secret head. Pumping. Pump up the jams. Pumpkin up the jams. Okay. All right. Now that I've given myself no excuses, instead of, oh, I don't know, just letting it be what it is, and not telling on myself, I'm going to put my feet up for this one. I'm going to pray that putting my feet up on the bed and giving myself a warm whittle blanket over my toesies is going to make me feel better about reading this a second time, and possibly just fucking it up again a second time is going to make me feel any better. I'm going to swish some water in my mouth so I'm not too like blap, 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 blap when I'm talking. Hold on, but mute. Let me read it then. Cue long awkward silence. Oh my god. Okay. I've got hopefully my mouth completely unsquidgified. And we can do the thing. Alright. God. Why is it the second time around I feel worse? Like I feel more nervous the second time around. That's not fair. Ah! I just punched my microphone. Sorry. Have you heard of sea witches? Not witches who sail the oceans, not witches who live on sands by beaches. Witches born from the water of the sea. Don't worry, the ocean truly is just vast water. You haven't been swimming in the body of some ancient beast. It is only liquid pulled by the moon and blown by the winds. But somewhere, a small patch of it is becoming a witch. It begins as all things begin, with want. The water learns desire just enough to disobey the currents and push towards something. It could be anything. Ships tossed upside down, scrawlings on pages waving in brine, colors splashed across canvases sinking quickly, or the body of something that cannot breathe down here, slowly passing away. Morals are not the newborn sea witch's forte. A sea witch is so rare that commonly they are alone in their early years with no one to teach them of the world. One that is newly awoken will break hulls just to find books or paintings or people. They will pull currents across land just to see cities. They do not understand life or death. They only know the everlasting deep. They will seek interest first and soon find a want for knowledge. It could take thousands of years. It could take 2 days. But desires will eventually shift. They will learn languages scrawled in melting books. They will learn of oils and colors. They will learn of trees, of metals pulled from mines far away, and though they will not see it long, they will learn of fire. And they will learn of the things that need air to live. With such lessons, they will learn their second emotion, and it will be their guiding light for years until they learn to lead with more than one thought at a time. Excitement, anger, disgust, joy, grief, whichever one takes the wheel second, will be cause for catastrophe or bemusing but mostly unbelieved stories. Ignore the abnormally long pause. A sea witch will be born deep below and slowly make their way to the surface, where they often see their first living humans. Unwaterlogged and moving bodies can often be a shock to the cup-sized piece of ocean. Without a way to interact, they will follow until they are bored. If the ship is lucky, the sea witch will go on their way once their curiosity is sated, with the passengers none the wiser. The sea does not tire easily, though. Forever is a long time to live, and for someone completely unused to the human nature, every action is fascinating. Why be on the ocean if you would stop working simply by touching water? Why find or grow or mine these huge ships just to be here? Why is fire so prevalent if it is so dangerous? What are those strange shapes they put in their mouths that aren't fish? If a sea witch has been exposed to certain types of knowledge, be it in paintings or books, they may have some idea of what all that is. But one gives you an image, and one gives you words, and those two things aren't always put together. A sea witch will certainly learn over time that some humans can, in fact, swim. But whether they simply watch or drag the human down to see how long they last once they learn is based on which witch discovers the human. These discoveries often lead to towns, busy places full of wonder for something that's never seen land up close. Another possibility of catastrophe, as previously mentioned. It is often here that the sea witches find their want to come to shore grows strongest. Something delightful they can't have, or someone they build to be whatever they want them to be in their sloshing mind. And with a hope strong enough, they find themselves growing a body and crawling to shore. They could become most anything, but they tend to prefer to be things that can move. They often become humans, as they are the most common thing seen by the ocean that doesn't belong to it. Though I have heard of one that became a playful cat following a child home simply because the child played with the waves. A cat with a mysteriously long life who played chase with their owner through hallways back and forth like ebbing tides. I have heard of one that became a seed of a flower, carried by the wind simply to be cared for in a garden. There are whispers of one who became a leviathan, but sea witches who find their want in water are rare to find and rarer to hear of. Whatever form they take, they fully become it, but signs of the ocean still remain. Their voices sound like washed shores. Their hair smells of sea salt. Their laughter sounds like gulls calling or bubbles rising. But that only lasts for a time. You see, when a sea witch desires something so fiercely they become something other than seawater, it is a curse. a curse whose cure is getting what they desire. The form they take is a magical mixture of what will help them obtain their goal and what will make them confident they can. But it's a prison. Until they can get their desire, they are locked as no more than that being. They cannot pull the tides or abstain from food. They cannot pause the need for oxygen or ignore any bodily need for long. But when they do get what they want, and it is fully theirs, all powers of the sea return to them. Water one moment, torrential downpour on another. They can make eating unnecessary if they so desire. Wounds do not appear or simply heal instantly. A satisfied witch who wants for nothing is a powerful witch indeed. Fully realized sea witches are often seen as noble creatures, for there is no story of a sea witch at full strength harming someone who was incapable of defending themselves. Well, certainly not one that did not wind up being a complete lie. No, they will wait until you are armed and facing them. But it is not for noble reasons. The ocean simply waits for you to truly decide on an idiot's fate before taking action. On the other hand, if they lose what they want, never again able to obtain it, they return to the ocean by any means necessary. But they travel there as water does. Either they melt and wash the whole way there, or they evaporate and glide on the wind until they are poured back in. They become indistinguishable from the brine, only returning to consciousness with all their memories hundreds or thousands of years later. Forever is long to live. It's no surprise that it takes near forever to mourn. And dear reader, or in this case, listener, I assume you don't want to hear of generalizations. You want to know a sea witch. You are hungry for specifics, for a feast of drama and mishaps, for love and rivalry, for curious lessons and lust-filled nights. Well, I've recovered several journals and cross-referenced many. There are many stories I could tell you. I could tell you a story about the sea witch who became a cat, or a seed, or even a thing with fins and scales. I could tell you of one that became a human to pursue cooking or scholarly endeavors, or even opera or sword fighting, or even the one that sang opera before duels, improvising insults into the song before dispatching of their opponent mercilessly. But those aren't the ones that get attention. No, not even the opera sword fighter. Everyone praised their songs, but no one wrote them down. No, the most popular are the ones where a sea witch takes the form of a woman just to follow a man to the ends of the earth. They're not my favorite, but they're the ones everyone wants to hear. And if I'm going to tell you what everyone wants to hear, I'm going to tell the one that I think is the best. And the best one goes the way I believe all stories should go, with knowing that to get what one desires, one should know themselves. But I'm getting ahead of the story. Our sea witch hadn't even made it to shore yet when their story started. No. It began far below what a human could handle, with a book sinking deeper down than most things from lost ships go. All right, that's what I have for the intro so far. Thank you for listening through it a second time if you were here the second time through. If you were here the first time through as well. Me like. Thanks, I love it too. It is refreshing to get somebody to bounce off of, who is also equally as invested in making this story. And it's so funny to me, because I'm so invested in stories when I start writing them, but then when I get to the point where, like, there's a point in the beginning where the writing sucks because you're just trying to work it out. and then you start working on it and you're like, okay, it's sounding better. And then it gets to a point again where it starts sucking again. And that's the one that always kneecaps me. That's the part where I'm always like, I don't know if I can keep going with this story. And with another person involved, it winds up just being so smooth to go through the bad parts. Specifically to be working with somebody who works so well with me, and understands me and I understand them back. Like it is funny how this story is kind of a, like, I wouldn't say a fan fiction of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid, but it is definitely, it nods to it so heavily that, like, I worry a little bit that we're gonna get way too close to that story before veering off of it. But then again, there's also the fact that, like, things are going to parallel. Because when we have things like mermaids becoming human, or just sea creatures in general, or just in general the ocean becoming human, you have a set of the same problems that are going to crop up in, like, not understanding and, like, disconnect and things like that. And given that it is a romance story, I think the most careful I have to be is around the romance portion of it. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that too much, though, because given the way that we have been planning it, it is not the same. And it once I get this portion written out, because there's a clue to it, there's a nod to it. But the line, and the best one goes the way I believe all stories should go, with knowing that to get what one desires, one should know themselves. Ray, do you want to send it to me privately? No, I got it. I understood 100%, Ray. You're fine. But the line, and the best one goes the way I believe all stories should go, with knowing that to get what one desires, one should know themselves, is a nod to the fact that it is not going to be a solid pursual of the love interest. It is not going to be I'm only going to follow this one and, like, grab at them and, like, be like, oh, you want me, like, look at me, look my way. Also, the curse is very much self-inflicted, as is implied. Like, the Sea Witch is both equal parts Ariel and Ursula. Is literally a tale of cursing yourself with a want to the point of living a completely different life than you had. But I like the idea of someone realizing that they want something, or they want someone, and having this kind of, like, parasocial feeling around it of, like, oh, he's gonna love me. Like, he's gonna adore who I am. And then walking up, talking to that person, and realizing they don't give a fuck who you are because they've never met you. They don't know who you are. And then realizing you have to kind of walk away and become yourself before that person is even going to look at you. Because someone who is ambitious, someone who can garner attention in that way, someone who is ambitious and knows what they want and is striving for something in life, is not going to be impressed by someone who is simply there to please them. And in fact, if somebody is impressed by that, it's often a red flag. It's like, oh, you want to be exactly what I want you to be at all times? You don't want to be your own human being. You want to be mine. You want to be my human being. And, like, a lot of romance, again, this is kind of a nod to this is kind of like part of the way in which I specifically stated that I was like, I want it to be kind of not like your regular romance novel because I don't actually like regular romance novels. So I want to write a story that I want to read. And again, not shitting on people who like romance stories or your stereotypical romance novel. It's just not my thing, and I want to write a different story. But so obvious, so often, the main character is just this person. Sad Ray noises. The main character is just this person who specifically feels like their only purpose in life is to impress the love interest. And it almost feels like in most romance novels that the main character is not the main character because they have no personality outside of wanting. It almost always feels like the main character is actually the love interest because the love interest has a personality. They have ambitions. They are seeking something and learning something. And I understand that oftentimes that's so that you can put yourself in the main character's shoes, but that's never worked for me. I don't like this empty body I can fit myself in kind of mentality that comes with books. If I'm reading about someone, I want to read about them. I want them to be their own person. And them coming onto land and realizing the way I have the meeting planned is that there is a meeting and the love interest kind of puts up with this being next to them, but ultimately is like, you should go on your way. And that rejection hits home and suddenly makes the Sea Witch realize, oh, humans want other humans to be interesting and not just these blank slates. People who are actually interesting and worth your fucking time want you to be your own person. Gently kicks feet as I listen with rapt. I love that you do that, right? It's actually like, I don't want people to feel like they have to do this, but it is actually really sweet when chatters go out of their way to state that they're paying attention, or like an audience goes out of their way to state that they are paying attention, because I always assume that lurkers are paying attention or they're just lurking to support, because there's more than one way to support a streamer. But when somebody signals to me that they're doing active listening, it is actually very sweet, because you've gone out of your way to do that. That I think is what I am trying to say. You've gone out of your way to tell me that you are listening. While, you know, the fuddy-duddiness of the brain can convince you otherwise. It's an affirmation, I guess. While it isn't necessary, it is kind. It's kind of like when someone gives a donation, but instead of a monetary acknowledgement of what you do for someone, it's an emotional acknowledgement. It is, you are I guess affirmation. I don't really need to go past it's an affirmation. It's letting me know. It's letting me know that I am worth the time it takes to say, I am listening. And it's very sweet. But yes, ooh, I fucking knee my desk. But a lot of the story and the reason why there's more than one intimate scene with two different people is due to the fact that a lot of times when you try to find yourself along the way, in order to find yourself along the way, you have to kind of, especially romantically, you have to kind of be romantically involved with more than one person. It is extremely rare for someone to know what they want romantically right off the bat. You kind of have to raise that in excitement of now knowing there's more than one sex scene. Because the one I've sent you is the first one. But it is, like, specifically kind of going back to that root and that understanding of knowing that, like, you have to be more. You have to learn yourself, and to learn yourself, you may have to pass yourself through fire many times. Mayhaps. I love the ace people in my audience being more interested in the sex scenes than everybody else. That is always, always amazing. We love that. But I want the Sea Witch to be their own person, the way that the Little Mermaid felt like she was not. And quite frankly, the Little Mermaid was a self-insert for the author, and a huge allegory for gay love that cannot be returned. The Little Mermaid is basically, I am suffering for a man. It is very much like the heart-rending telling of somebody who cannot have something, have a relationship and a romance that he desperately wants, and wanting to put that on paper. And it is I am suffering for a man. And the thing is, the Little Mermaid, there's a whole thing about, like, oh, in order to have this curse in this body, you have to give up your voice. You have to feel like you are walking on swords every time you take a step. Like your feet bleed when you dance. Like, it is a whole thing of, like you said, suffering for a man. And I want to avoid that. I want to put forth kind of a story about someone who is willing to go through discomfort and, you know, some forms of emotional pain because they found themselves so wanting a man who they kind of made up in their head. Like, before this point, before they get on land, they've never had a conversation with this man. They have seen him. They have experienced who he is when he is out at sea. But they have not had a conversation with him. They really don't know who he is. They've just made up this idea of him in their head. So when they come onto shore, they realize that maybe I need to find out who I am to get this thing that I want. And that pull kind of keeps them on land. Because there's more stuff about the Sea Witches that I'm going to be adding in that I'm not sure I want to spoil just yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that part to myself. I almost went into some more lore stuff that I'm like, we can hold on to that before we, like, start putting process stuff on Patreon, which, by the way, a lot of this process stuff will be put up on Patreon when I start editing and really getting into and perfecting the story. The way I tell it, and the recordings will be different. But like I'm gonna put more of the process up on Patreon, and then occasionally I will read you all snippets. But if you want more than just I got it right, fabulous. If you want more than just the snippets, you're gonna have to go on Patreon to see like full process sort of stuff. Like Spell keeps working on it. Spell is you know, like most Americans, is kind of in the same boat that I'm in, where they're having big uh-ohs with trying to find work and having to compromise for shit and find stuff that works for them. Oh, just knocking shit over here. Sorry. But like we're making charts. I that'll probably go up on Patreon. The chart of parallels to Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid, so that we make enough of a different story. Like we make enough of a different story from The Little Mermaid that it is in fact its own story and it isn't like too heavily inspired. But yeah, I think now is probably a good time to call stream. I've been on for longer than I really wanted to be, and I do have a lot of things to get through today. I have a few calls to make that I unfortunately, it's getting up on almost too late to make them. I've got an hour to make 3 calls, so I need to hustle and get those done. But it was fun reading you all this. I've actually been having a lot of fun writing this story. It's so much more poetic than what I usually do, and having a second person being like, hey, this is coming off to these are the facts. Thank you for stream and reading for the Ray. Absolutely. It's really nice having someone go, hey, this is too matter of fact. This is coming off too much as a listing of facts rather than a story being told. You may want to zhuzh this up a little more. It's really nice having that. There is a whole section coming up that was done almost entirely by Spell alone, and I really didn't have any feedback for them. I always feel guilty. I always feel guilty when I don't have feedback for the person who has like excellent feedback for me. And I'm just like, I don't have any notes. I have nothing to give you. I can't tell you to do this better because you've already done it better than I could have done it. I have no notes. Like there's nothing I desire here, but there's a whole section coming up that Spell did that I personally am very proud of. I'm proud of for them. You know, that feeling. That I really hope that I can convince them to read it to you, or convince them that I can read it to them on stream. I don't think they're ever going to read it to you on stream. I don't think I'm ever going to get Spell to come on stream. I barely got them to put their fucking name on this story. That's me when someone asks me if their opinion on something they wrote, and I'm just like, those are such a bunch of words. Felt. This is why I asked Francois to review my writing, because Braun actually has like a degree in this shit, and I actually think that his work is very, very good. So whenever I'm like, I actually want feedback, and I feel like I need more of a professional feedback, I go to Francois. Braun is very good at that sort of shit. But yeah. I'm crossing my fingers that they let me read that portion. I mean, if we ever get the fucking book published, they're gonna have to let me read it anyways, because I'm absolutely gonna do live readings. Like, there's no question. Like, if we get this book published and people allow me to read it in adult spaces, mind you, but if people allow me to read it, in public or want me to read it in public, they're gonna have to be okay with me reading their fucking passages. Yeah, no, from what we've been doing so far, I have really enjoyed this. So I would really like to publish this if we actually finish it. But the work will be on my Patreon. For a while here, it's going to mostly be my cover songs and this story. And when I get a job, I'm really crossing my fingers that I have enough energy to keep doing the cover songs and this story. Because that's going to be real taxing. The one job that looks the most promising is 40 hours a week plus. And they expect you to go into overtime. Like, it's not great. Unfortunately, if I get that job, I will probably have to stop streaming. And it's supposedly an overnight job, which I'm not happy about. Not fond of that. Anyways, I am rambling and I am putting off the end of stream, and I really shouldn't do that. I do have shit I absolutely need to get done. So anyways, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows and coming into my house and acting right. Thank you all so much. I'm so sorry that we are not raiding out. But I hope I get to do more on this. Maybe I'll make a TikTok and catch all the book talk girlies. I won't. This romance novel is not standard enough to actually catch book talk girlies. I'll be so real with you. And I say book talk girlies when it just should say book talk folks. But yeah, I don't think that this story is going to become popular in any sense of the word. I'm just really enjoying writing it. Until next time, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Please enjoy the new ending screen. I still haven't fixed the space so that it moves slower. But enjoy it anyways. Okay, bye.